I moved to China for a job at a tech company, but the person who works right next to me brings fish to lunch every day and heats it up at his desk, instead of the area designated for lunch, and the smell is unbearable. Posted by u/OK_assistance8735. I need to talk about this because nobody in my office will and I think I'm going insane. I work at a tech company in Shenzhen. I'm not Chinese. I moved here for the job. I don't fully understand everything that happens in this office and I've accepted that. Sometimes there are cultural things I just don't get and that's fine. This is not one of those things. I am confident this is not a cultural thing. I think this is just one guy. There's a guy on my floor. I'll call him Dale because his English name is Dale and I don't care anymore. Dale started here in October. Seemed normal at first. Quiet. Wore those slim fit dress pants everybody wears here. Had a little desk plant. Fine. In November Dale started bringing fish for lunch. Not like from the canteen downstairs where they have an actual kitchen and like 8 options. His own fish. In a container. Microwaved. Every single day. The microwave is not in a break room. The microwave is on a little table in the open office right between his desk and mine. We have a canteen. We have a full canteen with real food made by real cooks on the first floor and this man brings tilapia from home in a glass container and microwaves it at his desk. I can hear the turntable spinning. He stands next to it and watches it rotate the entire time. Just stands there. Looking at his fish spin. The smell is unreal. I'm not going to describe it because you already know. You know exactly what microwave tilapia in a shared space smells like. It's that. But in Shenzhen. In the humidity. It lingers. I mentioned it to him once in like November. My Mandarin is okay not great so I kept it simple. I said, hey Dale, do you think maybe you could heat that up in the canteen kitchen? He looked confused. He said, but the microwave is right here. I thought maybe I said it wrong so I asked a colleague to translate just in case. She told him exactly what I said. He looked at her and then back at me and said in English, yes, but the microwave is right here. He understood me the first time. He just couldn't process why anyone would walk downstairs when there's a microwave right here. It got worse in December because he started bringing a side. The side is broccoli. Also microwaved. So now we have fish and broccoli in a small open office area and I know Chinese offices can sometimes have strong lunch smells, I know that, but even the other Chinese colleagues were opening windows. This wasn't a culture gap. This was Dale. January is when things got weird. Dale put a small sign on the microwave in Chinese that said something about being courteous with shared appliances. I had to ask someone to read it for me. I thought, oh good, he's becoming self-aware. No. He put the sign up because someone microwaved some kind of spicy hot pot leftovers and he didn't like the smell. Dale didn't like the smell. The fish and broccoli guy thought hot pot was too much. I stared at that sign for maybe an hour. I couldn't read half of it, but I understood enough to know I was losing my mind. Then in February he started doing something I still don't fully understand. He began eating at his desk with his desk lamp off. Just sits in the dim with his tilapia and broccoli while the rest of us are working. I asked a Chinese coworker if this was a thing. She said no. I asked another one. He said no and also made a face. So it's not a thing. It's a Dale thing. I asked Dale about it and he said he read on WeChat that eating in dim light aids digestion. I didn't look it up. I don't want to know if it's true because if it is then this man is operating with information from a WeChat article and I can't compete with that. 2 weeks ago he brought in a second container. I thought, oh god, what now? It was rice. Just plain rice. I was so relieved it was just rice that I almost thanked him. I almost thanked a man for only bringing rice. That's where I am now. My baseline has shifted so far that plain rice feels like a gift. Oh, and I forgot to mention. He eats with these metal chopsticks. Not the disposable wooden ones from the canteen. Not even normal reusable ones. These heavy metal chopsticks that scrape the glass container. It sounds like a tiny forklift backing up. Every day. For the full duration of his lunch, which takes him about forever because he chews each bite like he's solving something. Last week is what made me write this post. I was on a video call with our US partner office. Important call. I had my headset on. Dale walks over to the microwave area, which again is right next to me, and he taps me on the shoulder. I mute myself. He goes in English because he knows I prefer it. Hey, do you mind keeping it down for a bit? I'm about to eat. He asked me to keep it down. While he eats his fish. In the dark. At his desk. He asked me to be quieter. For his dining experience. In the open office. That we share. I said, Dale, I'm on a call with the US team. He nodded and said, yeah, that's kind of what I mean. The English is a lot. The English is a lot. My job talking. In the language he switched to ask me. He wants me to not do my job so he can eat microwave tilapia in peace. In the dark. With his metal chopsticks. I went to my manager about it. He said Dale is a little different but his code is very clean. I said that's great, but the fish. He said, have you tried talking to him about it? I said yes in 2 languages. He said maybe try again. Yesterday he put up a new sign. It says something about a quiet lunch zone from 12 to 1. He laminated it. He went somewhere in this building and found a laminator and laminated a sign declaring a quiet lunch zone around the microwave he has colonized for his daily fish ritual. There was no vote. There was no group chat announcement. Dale just decided this is a quiet lunch zone now. The sign has a little clip art of a fish on it with chopsticks. I know it's not ironic. I know there is not a single ironic bone in this man. He just thought a fish with chopsticks was appropriate for a lunch sign. I asked 3 different coworkers if this was normal. All 3 said no. One of them laughed so hard she had to go to the stairwell. One just said that's just Dale, like that explains anything. The third one showed me that she eats lunch at a mall across the street now specifically because of Dale. She's been doing this since December. She didn't even tell me. I could have been going with her this whole time. I just found out he's up for a promotion. My manager said he's a good culture fit. I've been eating lunch at a Lanzhou noodle shop down the street since January and my jacket smells like tilapia, so maybe he's right. Maybe this is the culture now. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I should just turn off my desk lamp and accept it. I moved to the other side of the world for this job, and somehow my biggest problem is the same one people have in every office on earth. Fish guy. Fish guy is universal. Fish guy transcends borders and languages. His desk plant is thriving, by the way. Probably the broccoli steam. Update 1. If you saw my last post, you already know about Dale. If you didn't, short version, I work at this AI startup called HappyCapi in Shenzhen. I'm not Chinese, and there's a guy named Dale who microwaves fish at his desk every day, eats in the dark with his lamp off, laminated his own quiet lunch zone sign, and once asked me to keep it down on a work call because the English is a lot. That post blew up, which is flattering and also depressing because the most viral thing I've ever done is complain about a man's tilapia. Cool. Anyway, here's what happened since. Dale got the promotion. Of course he did. My manager announced it during morning stand-up and everyone clapped, and Dale did this single nod. Didn't smile. Didn't say thanks. Just one slow nod like a general accepting battlefield command. I've never seen someone absorb applause like that. He just let it wash over him and then sat back down and opened his fish container because it was 11:58 and nothing, not even career advancement, delays the fish. His new desk is 3 spots closer to me. There were open desks by the window. By the door. By the elevator. He picked the one nearest to the microwave, which is also nearest to me. I think Dale thinks we're close. I think in his mind the fish has bonded us. We are not bonded. I am a hostage. The day after the promotion he brought a new container. My actual heart rate went up. It was soup. Fish soup. So now the daily lineup is tilapia, broccoli, rice, and a soup that smells like the ocean floor during a crisis. The whole floor got hit. Our office manager sent a message in the company WeChat saying, does anyone smell something burning on 4? And Dale responded with, no, that's my lunch, and a thumbs up emoji. Not embarrassed. Not apologetic. A thumbs up. This man just got promoted and his first act of leadership was to proudly claim a smell that HR should be investigating. I went to my manager about it. Again. He said, yeah, I get it, but Dale's output is really strong. I said his output of smell is also really strong. He didn't laugh. He said, maybe bring it up in your next one-on-one with Dale. My next one-on-one with Dale? Dale is not my manager. Dale is my problem. But apparently the promotion means Dale now does peer check-ins with people on the floor. So yes. I have a one-on-one with the fish man now. That's where my career is at, but the thing that actually broke me is the fridge. Dale brought in a mini fridge. Personal. Unauthorized. Just showed up on a Monday humming under his desk. It has a sticker on it. A cartoon fish. Smiling. And right next to it he stuck one of those Happy Cappy Capybara stickers we got at the company retreat. So now there's a happy capybara and a happy fish on Dale's unauthorized fridge, like they're best friends. Like they're in this together. Every time I look at it I feel like they're both judging me for not accepting Dale's lifestyle. I asked my manager about the fridge and he said Dale mentioned wanting to keep his ingredients fresh. I think it's fine. Ingredients. He's calling it ingredients now. It's not lunch anymore. He has ingredients. The desk is a prep station. Dale is running a restaurant out of a cubicle and management is fine with it because his code is clean. Oh, and remember the coworker who'd been eating lunch at the mall across the street since December? She quit last week. Not directly because of Dale, I think she got a better offer somewhere. But on her last day she stopped at my desk and whispered, "Get out while you can." I laughed. She didn't laugh. She just looked at me like I was the one person she couldn't save and then walked to the elevator. I think about it a lot. Now here's why I'm writing this. Yesterday in the elevator. Just me and Dale. Quiet. He turns to me and goes, "Hey. Do you like seafood?" I said, "I guess. Why?" He said, "No reason. Just planning something for the floor." For the floor. Planning something for the floor. I said, "What do you mean planning what?" And he just smiled and walked out and did the wave without looking back. The man dropped "just planning something" and left. Like a villain in a movie. Except this villain has a mini fridge and a laminator, and I don't think he's joking. Something is coming. Something involving Dale, seafood, and his understanding of what's appropriate for a shared workspace, which, as we've established, is wildly different from everyone else's. This man laminated a sign. He brought a fridge. He earned a promotion microwaving fish. Whatever he's planning, he will execute it with absolute certainty and zero pushback from management because his code is clean, and apparently that's all that matters. His desk plant has a second pot now. He's expanding on every front. We'll update when I find out what the seafood plan is. Pray for me. Update 2. So the seafood thing happened. I need to start there because the last post ended on "he's planning something for the floor," and I know some of you said to claim an allergy in the elevator, and I want to be clear. I had the window, I did not take it, and the seafood thing happened, and I was present for the entire thing, and I need you to know this before I get to the other stuff. Dale organized a floor hot pot. He called it Floor Culture Building Lunch. Thursday night we chat message, "Whole floor, seafood hot pot tomorrow, bring appetite." He attached a photo. Not a link to a place, not a shared order. A photo of a hot pot. From what I can only assume is his own phone. Just a pot. On a Thursday night. No other context. Management had apparently approved it. I don't know when he asked or how he framed it, but by Friday morning there was a portable hot pot on a table in the middle of our floor, and Dale was unboxing seafood from bags he'd carried in from home. I stood there longer than was professional just watching this. He had shrimp. Things I recognized. Things I genuinely didn't. At one point he added something that made the person next to me go completely still, in the way people go still when they are privately reconsidering their life choices. Dale gave a short speech. My colleague translated the part that mattered. He said sharing a meal was the foundation of team trust. He said this while stirring a hot pot he had personally transported on a Friday morning. Nobody clapped. Everyone ate. The smell lasted through the weekend, and someone filed something with HR, and HR said it was a team event, so nothing happened. Anyway, our company got funded. HappyCappy made it into some tech news, which was exciting for maybe a week, and then our CEO announced we were moving. Scaling up. New floor in we work in Shenzhen, proper branded setup, real kitchen, the whole thing. They put capybara stuff everywhere at the all hands. Mugs, wall prints, stickers. I took a couple because honestly the capybara is kind of cute, I don't know, it grows on you. Dale took the whole sheet of stickers. I was standing right next to him. He picked up a full sheet, put it in his bag, made eye contact with no one. I watched this happen and said nothing. I have no idea what he needs that many capybara stickers for. I've decided not to think about it. The new office is legitimately nice. Open floor, glass meeting rooms along one wall, proper kitchen with ventilation. I was optimistic. Thought maybe a fresh start, new space, he'd use the kitchen, whatever. That lasted about a week. By the end of the first week Dale had claimed a meeting room. He didn't do it officially. He just started booking the same room every day 12 to 1. Calendar subject line, L, just the letter. I asked our office manager what it stood for. She said lunch. Just lunch. Daily. The whole room. He sits in there alone. The walls are glass so you can see directly in, and I walked past one afternoon and he was in there, lamp off, container open, metal chopsticks, no sound. Just Dale. In a glass box. In we work. I stopped for a second because sometimes you need a moment to confirm that what you're looking at is real and not something your brain has constructed. The WeWork community team noticed the smell after a week or so and sent an email to our office manager asking about food preparation concerns on the floor. She forwarded it to the CEO. He forwarded it back to her. Nothing happened. Dale put a laminated sign on the meeting room door. New one, he must have found a laminator in the building. Same text though, quiet lunch zone, 12 to 1, please respect. WeWork staff took it down. Next morning a new one was up. They took that one too. Third one appeared. I think after 3 attempts everyone just gave up because the sign has been on that door for 2 weeks now. Oh, and I should mention. The fridge came. Dale's unauthorized personal mini fridge made the move. The moving company packed it, someone put a company asset tag on it because they assumed it was office equipment. It is now technically a HappyCappy company asset. The capybara sticker and the smiling fish sticker are still on it. It's under Dale's new desk. His plants came too. 3 pots. I don't know what he's been giving them, but they are doing incredible. Best looking desk plants I've seen in any office. Thriving. Expanding on every front as always. New person joined last month. Desk closest to the glass meeting room. First day she came over to me around 2 p.m., stood there for a second, and said, "Is that guy okay?" I didn't know what to say. I said his code is very clean. She came in with noise cancelling headphones on day 2. I've had mine since February. We don't talk about it. We're just both wearing them by noon. I think I've stopped fighting it tbh. Dale is weather at this point. You don't argue with weather, you dress for it. The forecast at this office is fish. Has been since November. You bring a headset. We'll update when something happens. Something always happens. Notable comment that I can agree with. I'm sorry you're living this, but it's my favorite read. Keep up the series.